What is going on, you guys? We have another edition of this podcast. Um, man, I'm excited for this one. Man, this is very special. My guest, man, we go back since childhood and still rocking with him today, man. Love this brother to death. Um, Before we get into that, for you guys who are not in the DB membership, man, you guys are missing out. It is a mentorship. We talk about everything from how to make plays, techniques, film study, all these things to help you on and off the field, help you guys. So if you guys are not in that, you guys need to hop in. I will put the link in the description tab so you guys are able to get access to that, man. Um, so you guys won't miss out. We also have virtual programs for you guys. Those who are not close to train or anything like that, doesn't matter where you are, you have access to it 24/7. Um, so yeah, you guys hop in there. I'm telling you, you guys are missing out. The whole thing is about getting better. Um, no further ado, I want to get to my guest now, man. This guy, man, is a baller. Like I said, I grew up with him. We've been together since childhood. We played Pop Warner together, from the same city. Went to my rival school, but that didn't mean nothing because we partnered up and we did something special. Became a champion. We was just recently inducted into a Hall of Fame in 2020. So he's a champion. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a baller, man, a good dude overall. He's coaching in this alma mater right now. I would like to introduce my guest, Austin Daniels. What's good, bro?
What's going on, man?
Man, how you doing, man? I was just giving an introduction, bro, telling you, man, telling everybody about you, man. I was like, man, this is truly special, man. This is my bro right here. I love this dude to death, man. We've been from the very beginning, man, all the way till now, man.
All the way, man.
Man, bro, let's hop right into this, bro. So we both from Pasadena, Altadena, and whatnot. Just share, how was your childhood growing up? Like, how was it for you when you was younger, man?
For me, man, it's pretty smooth, man. I could say I grew up in a two-parent household, had two siblings, you know what I'm saying? Pretty competitive in the house, I could say that, you know. But we didn't really we have to want for much, you know. We
Yeah.
had our struggles here and there, you know what I'm saying? But we had everything we pretty much needed, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And pretty much, man, once we started playing football and really got into sports, That's that's really all I needed. I didn't really need too much after that. You know what I'm saying? They kept us well rounded and disciplined. Uh, had to focus on those grades. Stuff like that. But pretty decent, man. I can't really, everybody, went through what they went through.
Exactly.
But nobody really harps on that.
Gotcha.
You can't really stay there.
Exactly.
Just
Exactly.
yeah. But
So,
I think I turned out pretty decent, man.
oh no, for sure, man, for sure. And we knowing each other's families and whatnot, and me knowing your dad and how he is, because he coached us, both of us. Tell us about that experience though, having your dad as a coach though. How was that being younger?
Man, that was it was a blessing really
Mhm.
for him just to really be a coach. But I think what was really unique about him being a coach, being what I'm saying, he really didn't coach me much,
Yeah.
honestly. Like he coached me off the field, gave me techniques. We'll go to the park, work, do everything. You'll work out and do all that. But when it came to like me being on teams, he really only coached me twice my whole life.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he was really a coach to allow other coaches to coach me. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? So I think that helped my game the most because I was coachable, and then it also gave me different techniques too.
Mm-hmm.
When you go through different coaches, and I think it really helped me out as I moved on, as I progressed through
Yeah.
football. So I it was awesome. And then when he coached me, he kind of like always stayed on the other side of the ball for me too. So
Hmm.
like he would still let other coaches coach me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it was cool. But we were always after practice or games, we'll have that film on and we'll study, man. He get into me, bro. He got into me some nights, man. But it made me who I was, man. It gave me that grind, bro.
Now, when you guys worked out, was it because you wanted to, or it's like, hey, let's do this. I think we can work on this, or was it kind of like a mutual thing? Like, hey, let's go do it together.
Honestly, it was kind of more of a me thing. And he was just riding with it too. I mean, he had the love for it himself, so it was like, let's go, you
Yeah,
know. But me growing up watching my older brother play, oh, I want to be just like him. So
exactly.
honestly, when my dad wasn't coaching me, my older brother was a coach for me too. I was learning a lot from him as well. Like it'd be a lot of the times it'd just be me and bro
Yeah,
out there working. So I mean, I learned a lot just from both of them, honestly.
yeah, yeah. I think that's very important what you said because I know, and we both train and coach. I've seen some dads who push their sons a little too much. And then
Hmm.
when it's time for their son to go off to play college or whatnot, they be like, you know what, I'm done because I didn't been pushed so hard by my father. So for you to say like my dad, he really let other people coach me, or he let me do it in a way where I was comfortable. We did it, and he didn't really push too much. I think that's awesome because, like you said, it really helped you grow to be who you are today. But at the same time, you also learn everything else from other people. So I think that's awesome, man, because
Yeah.
a lot of people they go overboard, man.
And growing up, honestly, I didn't really understand it at first, bro. I didn't really get it. Like I would always like looked at other kids too sometimes and see how they dads coach them every
Mm-hmm.
year. And then like damn, my dad, you know what I'm saying? But then I started kind of like in high school, it started to click.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I started to like look at those kids who always got kind of coached by that same person all the time, and they couldn't adjust. And
Mm-hmm.
and you know, so I was like, dang, he really blessed me. You know what I'm saying? He really blessed me.
Yeah. So man, now we in high school. Man, you go to Mirror, I go to PHS. Just share that rivalry because a lot of people don't know. Like we play in the Turkey Tussle. This is the greatest rivalry in all the nation. We play at the Rose Bowl. That's happening
Oh
every year. That's about to happen soon in 2 weeks. So share that rivalry, how that was.
man, that's next week, man. That's
Yeah.
right now. That's right now, man. We in it, man. We in it, bro. Yeah, the greatest rival I think in high school, especially in California.
Mhm.
California, man, who plays in the Rose Bowl or at a Grand Stadium every single year to go battle it out. Also for that bell, man,
Exactly.
it's man, that's a big thing, man. Ringing that bell, it gives me like playing that game gives me the same feel of USC UCLA.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It gives me that same exact feel, that same rival, that same everything. You know what I'm saying? That same hatred, even though it's close, we right
Yeah,
here. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And then like, man, that rivalry with you, bro. It was really crazy because I'm like, man, like one I remember, man. Like it goes back to like I remember the Panther practice, bro. Like our junior major year when we was pretty much exiting out, and everybody was talking about where they wanted to go because the
Uh-huh.
rivalry started before we even got there. Now I remember like Twan, it was like the only person that was
Only
like,
one.
I'm the HS. I don't know what y'all talking about. And we was on his head. And then I remember then dang man, then you and Trump ended up getting over
Mhm.
there, bro. And it was up, bro. I was like, man, these is my guys, but bro, it's war. I ain't, you know,
Exactly.
I don't know these dudes at this moment, man. Like,
Exactly.
they know what it is. Like, anytime we line up, because it's like with that, bro. So with that, it was kind of like with the Paris situation when we was growing up. Like when Paris
Hmm.
went to Glendale, it was like that's our guy, but
Exactly.
we gotta go at him. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? It's serious. And then if we don't go at him, it could get ugly.
No,
It
for
could get
sure.
ugly.
For
So
sure.
man, bro. And those games was tight, man. Those games was tight. It was man, bro. It was back and forth. Guys making plays left and right, bro. Man, it was great, bro.
And
It was
and it's
man.
funny. It's funny you say that because the whole time I was at HS, we never talked into senior year. And like you said, it had nothing to do with each other. It was just like that's how the rivalry was. Like
That's how it was.
you go to Mirror HS, I didn't talk girls from Mirror were trying to talk to me. I'm like, I can't talk
Kill
to
it.
none of y'all.
And
I can't kill it. I
and then
can't.
and then what was crazy too though, like that same rivalry from football, that transferred right over the track too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Everyone like we cause like you know what I'm saying? Y'all took y'all know because what it seemed like to me is like y'all took y'all loss in football and was like, nah, we need to go get some somewhere
Uh-huh.
else. You feel me? So we all gonna get on the track and get it. And people was, you know what I'm saying, them was head up, see what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
Besides the relay. So man, that kept it going, man. And man, bro, like, man. That's one rivalry I really want to see come back is the track, man. Like
Oh, big time, man. You said that, man. But shoot, y'all definitely got the best. I mean, my 4 years there, we never won a bill. Senior year, they worked us, but we're not gonna get into that.
oh we not gonna hey, we not gonna do that.
We not gonna get into that, man. But
One play don't define the game, man. I don't know.
so man, you end up starting like you said. You play track. You ran track and played football. You end up playing varsity as a sophomore. So you was doing your thing at Mir. So now discuss how your recruiting process coming out of high school. How was that for you though?
It was pretty tough, man. It was pretty tough because I was an undersized corner, though. So you would get those letters, those cool little letters here and there, but that was never really anything. I think the biggest schools I had talking to me coming out of high school was like Sac State and Humboldt State.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost went there, but I ended up my whole recruiting process ended up stopping, bro, because I didn't really I took care of my grades, but I wasn't in the right classes
Mm.
my freshman year, right? So and I didn't really know about the qualifying classes and all that until like end of junior year for clearinghouse.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I had no time to make up those classes. So I ended up being a non-qualifier. So all my recruiting ended up just went to a halt. And I already had to, I had to go JC route. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that was the go. So I mean that was a real that was a bummer for me, you feel me? That really played a heavy it played heavy on my mindset, bro. Like because I almost wanted to quit at that moment
Yeah.
because I felt like at that moment, like I felt like I was better than that. I really
Mm-hmm.
felt like I could play at a D1 level, and I wasn't getting that type of recruitment, especially from going to camps and
Mm-hmm.
locking up these 5-star, 4-star dudes.
Yeah.
And that's getting all these. You seen these people go places, you done lock them up and everything like that. So you kind of get mad and frustrated, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, so I can almost quit. I almost quit after high school, honestly. But
Yeah.
Coach Meek gave me a call. He was like, "Hey, let's ride with me." You know what I'm saying? I thought we were supposed to go to PCC after we were supposed to go to CC with him at first, and then we ended up sliding over to Mount Sac. And I think that was the best thing that could have happened, bro.
For
I
real.
think that was really the best thing that could have happened for me going JC too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I even I dealt with a little recruiting stuff there, but I mean just going through that process of just playing, man, that
Mm-hmm.
getting back into it and learning from Coach Meek, man, it was a blessing, bro. It put more of a stamp in my game.
Yeah, yeah, for real, for real. So, man, I want to go back just a little bit because people do not understand like what you mean sometimes by like not qualifying out of high school. So basically what you're saying is the classes that you're in, they wasn't transferable, right, for
They
college.
wasn't transferable for college.
So
It didn't matter if I had an A, a B, or
yeah.
anything in there. It wasn't transferable. And also, like at that time, I had health. I took a health wasn't even transferable.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I should have took like biology or something. It was like a biology I should have took
Yeah, yeah.
instead of that. It was like I was just behind a couple of classes on that, and they wouldn't allow me to make it up. So it was ugly.
So if it, let's say if you did realize this, let's say your sophomore year, would you be able to input to be in like different classes to kind of like speed that up, or would you like need to go to summer school or something like that for
Yeah,
the?
I probably had to go to summer school, some night classes or something like that
Okay,
to retake those classes. But
okay,
at
okay.
that time when I found out, I still had all the classes I had to take my senior year,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I would have to rewind like 4 classes, like
Mm-hmm. And guys,
because it was semesters. You know what I'm saying? It
yeah,
wasn't just one
yeah.
class; it's semesters you have to take. You know what I mean? So it was yeah.
Got you. And guys, man, this is very important. That's why you got to take care of your schooling in high school, college, JUCO, wherever you go, man,
It's
because
major, man. It's major.
so many times. This is happened to so many of us. And you guys like, well, what was why you still in school? Hey, if you do not get in the right classes and your counselors, you got to talk to them. And we don't know. We just want to play football, man.
That's what it was, and I could say too, where my fault was growing up too. I was too quiet and not asking questions. Man, the
Yeah,
biggest thing is to ask questions. If you don't know, you're not sure, figure it
exactly.
out. You know what I'm saying? The biggest thing is ask questions. Don't be afraid to get that no. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts right there. That's facts, man. So, like you said, we end up going to Mount Sac. So it's a couple of us. It's like 5, 6 of us who are carpooling from Pasadena. Mount Sac probably like
That
30,
grind.
yeah, 30, 45 minutes depending on the traffic, man. Just describe the grind, man. Going up there every day, being up there all day, man. How was that for you, bro?
Man, bro, it was really days where we would just went like this. I hope we gonna make it there, and I hope we gonna make it back. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It just off the gas alone, you know, and
Mhm.
it's then being there, being in that grind, man, with y'all. It was like going back right back to the Panthers, man. Honestly, it was a switch. Like these is my guys, man, and we was all together going through it, man. It's like one of the more memorable moments of my life, man. Honestly, because it was really where you start to figure out who you is as a man and where you really trying to go and what direction you trying to take in life and stuff like that, bro. And man, you got your guys guiding you right there with you too, and you see where they going and you see the directions they taking. You know what I'm saying? And you can learn from it. You know what I'm saying? And man, bro, just man, bro, and then just really just that grind of just trying to play at the
Mhm.
sack. You know what I'm saying? From man, just showing up in spring or really the summer, bro. Some showing up in the summer, it's 40 DBs, man,
Exactly.
alone. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? It's 40 DBs alone, bro. Like you gotta compete, man, and then just making that cut, man, bro. Honestly, man, I thought it was gonna be me and you starting from the top, honestly,
Mhm.
but I already know they had the boy, man.
Yeah.
And, but couldn't hate on that dude because that motherfucker was awesome, man.
He
He
was
was
balling. He was
that nigga
balling.
was elite. He was elite. Nigga, so it was like so, yeah, but it's right in the mix with it, man. That grind,
Mhm.
it's like, man,
And what?
you gotta put it in every day.
Yeah.
It's not a moment you could take off, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not a moment you could take off, man, because you really gotta think, man. It's everybody out there getting it. And then
Mhm.
when you and that JC grind too, man, like when you out there playing with dudes, and it's really their life, bro.
Mhm.
You notice, man. You think in high school, it's funny in high school because you think in high school like the JC level is sorry. Like if I go JC, like I just failed. You feel me? That was like a failure for us, like
Mhm.
growing up. But man, when you get there, bro, you realize, bro, it's just a lot of people that some bounce back to
Yep.
get another opportunity. Uh, a lot of players who had probably bad grades and they getting
Mhm.
that opportunity, but they could have been 5-star elites. Some
Yep.
people getting out of situations like coming out of jail, trying to go get their second chance. Man, people was putting it's really people putting their life on the line for their second chance, man. Really. So like you really can't get in nobody's way. So
Mhm.
you better get on your grind too.
Exactly.
Because somebody ain't nobody like it's cool to, you know what I'm saying, everybody cool and trying to work for that same goal. But if you're not trying to work for this goal, you gotta get out the way.
Hmm.
You know,
For
man.
sure.
And I think that's the biggest thing what brought us like made us into a championship team, bro.
Sure.
Honestly. Cause man, like, besides the coaching, man, we everybody was out there grinding for a purpose.
For sure. Big time.
Right?
Big time.
Right.
And we talked about it, man, because I've shared it was like I hated like leaving Mount Sac to when I went to college. It was like, man, that was the hardest time of my life. But when I was gone from, I was like, I missed it because, like you said, that grind of like just being with the
Yeah.
boys, like everybody, we was all together struggling at that time. Like we didn't have
And
no.
hated it though. We
Yeah.
kind of hate. Like, hey, we really. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we really kind of hated it though. But
Uh-huh.
then when you look back on it, it was like the beauty of the grind, bro,
Exactly.
was so major. Like
Hmm.
that was really like the best time. Like we was grinding, but we was really popping jokes and all that type of stuff. Really getting through it, man.
Exactly.
But we hated it there, low key. Felt like
Stress.
campus life was trash. This is what? Man, I can't wait till you get to the university. I gotta
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
I gotta
Man,
go,
we gonna
man.
have meal plans. We gonna have something to eat at least.
We gonna stop this big Carl stuff, man. Tired of eating this big Carl.
I know, bro. Oh man, that's too funny, bro. But man, so now we get to the season, man. And like you said, you mentioned you end up starting as a freshman. I think I got hurt in an all-star game in high school. So that delayed me, but they had Gase starting, and Gase was balling, like you said. But you start, bro, right out the gate. Like never came out nothing, man. How was your mindset? Because Mount Sac, for people who don't know, the school is they say we're champions come to compete. So we got bounce backs, we got people every year, the best of the best coming. And the year prior to us getting there, they just went to the championship game and lost.
Yeah.
So what was your mindset going in your freshman year when you was like, all right, man, I'm starting? What was just going on in your head?
Uh, compete, man. Show up every play. Try to show up on film somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? Even if the player's away, I'm popping before the camera go off. I'm over there by the ball. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Just trying to show up and trying to make plays whenever the opportunity occurs. You know what I'm saying? And then also knowing like I can't mess up. I can't. If I mess up, man, these dudes is they trying to take my spot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's 8 dudes trying to take my spot, bro.
Uh,
Like you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I had it happened a couple times too. Where I came late, we came late to a meeting,
mm-hmm.
so I had to miss the first series. I remember Cobbs was in there.
Yeah.
Cobbs was in there, went in there, but he got a comeback caught on him, like second play. Yeah, go get him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then right after that, I just knew like I can't no more slip ups
Yeah. Yeah.
because I know like if he would have made that play, it's no telling I get back in the game though. You know what I'm saying? Because what's it called it later in the season. Later in the season, man, against Cerritos, gave up a slant for the tub. Gave up a slant for a tub.
Mm-hmm.
Pulled me. Meeks pulled me, sat me down, bro. Yeah, you stay right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay right there. Really sat me down for like 2, 3 series, man. And I thought I was done.
Yeah.
Got back in there, can't give up nothing else, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think since then, bro, I ain't nothing. Nothing. Only person that got me was my sophomore year, bingo, CC.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yep. I only gave up them the only 2 touchdowns I gave up.
And shoot, it happened, but people not even understanding, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We both under 6 feet. So you feel me? Going in already,
Oh man, you know how many fade balls are thrown. You know, gotta play
Exactly.
through the hands. You gotta be extra physical.
Uh-huh.
If you when you learn you ain't cheating if you ain't trying. You
Uh-huh.
gotta grab
Exactly.
a little bit, squeeze it hip to hip. All kinds of stuff, man. You gotta switch your techniques up. You gotta change your leverages. Everything, man. And I think what really helped me start really learning how to read 2 to 1 the best was that Sarah exchange, man.
Yeah.
That Sarah
Yeah.
exchange coverage was like you could play so fast to that.
Sure. For sure, man. For sure. We was really running the complex. Everybody does it. I know they was doing it then, but like we was really running it in college as freshmen and sophomores. Like, hey, this is it right here. And we were not
But I
giving
think
anything.
I think the difference is, man, like we knew we knew the game. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like we knew where to be. Like even as kids, I think was was really what I'm really looking back at too, bro. Even as kids, bro, we was really blessed with great coaches our whole life.
Exactly.
Like I didn't really have a bad coach until I got to the university I went to after
Mhm.
Mount Sac, bro. That was the first when I got there. That was the first time I had a DB coach that told me he never played DB in his
Yeah. Yeah. See,
life. It was
crazy,
crazy.
crazy.
So yeah, so like, man, bro, and then that made me realize, man, bro. So that I think that helped us really play fast too. We
Hmm.
knew the game, man. We grinded. Besides practice, we was working our the scheme with each other. We'd
Yeah.
go meet up and let's work this.
Hmm.
Get there early, stay after. Let's work this. So we really studied the game, man, and film too.
Big time, big time.
Film, man, I think that put me in position a lot too, man. Really learning how to study film,
Hmm.
man. Break that down and breaking guys down, tendencies and man, yardage and leverages and everything, man. Slowed the game down a ton.
And I wasn't even gonna ask this, but it just came into my mind. So we like you said, we've been blessed with coaches. We had Coach Meat who was at Oregon, the DB coach, and in that second year we had Dante. He's
Hmm.
at USC. Can you explain the difference between Coach Meat and Coach Dante? Because I say, and when Meat was there, I got film study, like concept and film study. That's what I learned from Coach Meat.
Big time.
He broke down film and I understood it. With Dante, for me, it was technique, like individual technique and getting better as like a player, how you can get better. Now he still broke down film, but he helped understand like how routes was gonna be broken and everything for me, which helped me. So can you explain the different coaching styles for both of them?
Man, bro, I think you really pinpointed it, bro. Honestly, it was really that, man. Coach Meat was concept scheme. He was gonna have you where you needed to be. He was gonna have you know what they was gonna do. He
Yeah.
was gonna break that film was gonna be broke down. You know what I'm saying? And then I think also too with Coach Meat was the physical part of the physical
Oh,
aspect of the game.
sure.
He had us physical, like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like if you wasn't gonna be physical out there, and I was big for undersized corners as well, because also coming from him, who was also an undersized corner, you know
Yeah.
what I mean. So it was perfect to learn from him that
Mhm.
physical aspect of the game and that mindset to have
Yeah.
as a corner being physical and mental being in position while being physical, you know what I'm saying? And playing with receivers' minds and all that type of little trash talk stuff too. You know what I'm saying? But and then yeah, Dante was all technique, whole lot of technique. And then yeah, like you said, breaking the receivers routes down where it's gonna be. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? He had film too. Like it was pretty much because which was crazy. He learned from Coach Meek too, so he
Exactly.
pretty much
Exactly.
had the same. It was kind of like almost the same coach, but then it was more
Hmm.
technical coverage stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I could get more technical with my coverage, my footwork, and all that, and where my knives need to be, and being square and all that type of stuff.
Mhm.
Like with Dante. So after having them two, I felt like honestly I couldn't be stopped at for like
Exactly.
I guard anybody in the world. Like who you want out there? Honestly, who you want? Who it is?
Exactly.
I done got all the game I need, basically.
Exactly. Big time. Big
Man,
time. Big
man,
time.
those two coaches, man, and big up to them, man. Dante and Coach Meek, man. And
Nah,
then in high school, man, Rick Rock, man, Coach Rick, man, Ricky Rivers, man, great coach. Back in the
Coach
Panthers,
Reagan.
Reggie Flynn, man, we
Mhm.
had our feet crazy. Had
Exactly.
our hands right too. We had the hands real,
Exactly.
man, and you can see it in his son going
Hmm.
crazy right now, bro. And I remember when he was out there with us
Little.
as a pup going.
Exactly.
He reminded me of myself. How I used to be out there with my brother before I could even barely
Mhm.
talk anything. I got the feet work ready right now. I'm watching it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the I think that's the biggest thing for us, man. We really just grew into it and we loved it, man. The culture around it too, though. You know what I'm saying? I think the parents around it too brought it. Like it was no football family. It was no family like football family. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
For sure.
Like if shit wasn't going right at home, I had football family, bro.
Exactly.
You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? Like when I just played other sports too. You know what I'm saying? Like we played
Mhm.
basketball, baseball, you know what I'm saying? All that other type, but there wasn't no other teammates like football teammates. So
Exactly.
those are my guys. So
Big
that's
time.
what it was like too. Like when we say like how we split in high school and then
Yeah.
came back at Mount Sac. So my God, look,
Exactly.
this is nothing. I've been waiting on this.
Hmm.
We were waiting on this, bro. So yeah,
Nah, for sure. Cause
man.
we everybody we grew up for the most part, and like all of us. I mean, it was so many people. It was so many it was so talented people on that team in Pop Warner, and then everybody went their separate ways. It was. I mean, Chris went to Doherty. Actually, a lot of people went to Mirror, and then Mikey, D. Rob, all of them left.
Yeah,
Kanan, Tyler Oaks, and whatnot. But the crazy
yeah.
thing is, we saw all these dudes that was on that Pop Warner team, and then they start balling somewhere else. And it's like, oh, he from Dina, he from Dina, he from Dina. So it was just amazing. Like, man, we had all this talent, and it was on one team. And it was crazy for that to happen, man. So I want to get in.
Man.
I
Hold
want
on, just before we go, just talking about that, man. How did you feel playing in that All-Star game, bro? Because
uh,
I felt like that was the opportunity, like, because I always thought, like, man, what if we all would have played on the same high school team, like, we would have could have played anybody in California, you know what I mean? And then when we played in that All-Star game, bro, that was the funnest game I ever played, man. Honestly, playing with everybody like that, man. Everybody was making plays left and right, man. It
exactly,
was
exactly. Oh man,
like
it would have been
not
too.
nobody didn't make a play, man.
Yeah, it would have been too easy, man. And I think this was the first year. This was like we played the LA team, so San Gabriel versus LA, and we think we playing like LA, like some Compton and this and that, and we playing like Hacienda Heights or something like whatever
Yeah,
teams. So we blew them out, and it was just like it was a no brainer. You saw like, bro, you really got to pick your poison everywhere, like on offense, defense, it didn't matter. So if we would have stayed together in high school, I see it still would have been hard though, but because it become like I want the ball, just how people are. But
egos.
as far as the other guys on defense, I think we would have been killing, like straight up. I think we would have been killing anybody. But I was kind of mad in All-Star game because that's when I tore my MCL, friendly fire. So I was kind of hot about that. I was the only one who
Yeah,
got hurt in that game. So, but for sure, we would it would have been trouble. But I feel like the only thing that would have been hard is offensive line. That's the only thing we didn't. That's the only thing we really lacking,
we
man.
didn't have big. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
his line, man.
especially us coming out. So, man, now let's get because we went to the championship both years at Mount Sac, bro. That first one we lost. That second one we won. How was that feeling for you, bro? Like to be in both of those, and we both played because by the end of the year, by freshman year, I started at safety. Coach Meek moved me to safety. You was at corner,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then that second year, I was at corner. So we both playing at corner. How was that though? being in both those championship games, both different styles of teams that we played, but losing that first one, winning that second one. What was those feelings for you, bro?
Man, that first one, man, that hurt, man. It hurt. But like to be honest, man, a lot of that game I blocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Because after we lost, man, it was just all about revenge.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
whole it was all about revenge. So like it was I remember glimpses of that game. It was a good one. All right, man. Because I remember that receiver, man. Dude, what was his name? You
Uh,
remember?
I know you talking about because I played against him. He was actually my teammate when I went to arena football. Dang, I know his name too. I can't think of the dude's name. I know you talking about though.
Dude, yeah, he was nice, man. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers' little brother put
Yup.
him out,
Hmm.
and man, it was a dandy, man.
Yeah, big time.
But but after it, bro, it was just pissed off, man. Had to get to the next one,
Mm-hmm.
because it was like, man, because honestly, it was the same feeling from Pop Warner. Those last three, those last getting to the championship, those last 3 years and losing, bro. I was just pissed, man. Like not this again type. It's
Exactly.
feeling like this ain't going. I'm not gonna keep getting to the championship. I need the ring, bro. I'm not gonna keep getting here and losing. So it was that next year. It's all about getting there.
Mm-hmm.
One game at a time, but I gotta get there. And
Yep.
then getting there, man. Man, that second year, man. Woo! Playing San Mateo, and then you get in a game where you know it's gonna be all tackling. Then it's raining, so it
Mm-hmm.
goes into their game. We spread offense. It's killing ours, man. We dropping
Exactly.
everything, man. They go down and they went down and scored on us first, like straight
Mm-hmm.
drive, like first drive, get in there right now, like ugh. But then after that, it was all hope.
Exactly.
Everything they tried you, they tried me, couldn't do it. They kept trying too. They ain't get nothing. They ain't get nothing, bro. But man, 6-7, man.
6-7.
And the man that do it, who we grew up with, man.
Exactly.
It was so beautiful, man. It was like it was honestly, it really took me back to our first championship.
Yeah.
Mikey scored our game winning touchdown in our
Mm.
first championship
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
against Diamond Bar, man.
Yeah.
Did the same thing for us in San Mateo. Go win the
Uh,
game. Last minute, last drive. It was like the last drive too for us.
yeah, no, it was in the third quarter because it stopped raining, and then we scored. It started raining again, so the weather went right back, and then we just had to hold them the rest of the game.
Yeah. Man.
That was tough for real. That was the worst weather game I've ever been in my life. Like the
It
rain
was
was just coming from different directions. It kept
directions
changing.
left, right, and under.
And they ran that sorry wing T. And bro, they defense was, I ain't gonna lie, they defense was ballers for real. They blitz everybody and manned up. And the safety was 20 yards deep. He had like 10 interceptions. So we was really playing against their defense. Their offense was whatever. But we was really playing against their defense. And like you said, it came
Mm-hmm.
down to a 6-7 game, bro. And it was a grind for real that game. It was a grind.
Man, it was a grind, man.
For real.
So it was like the best championship game you could ever thought of. Like really, like those moments you always think about growing up, raining. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Grinding it out to the finish, grinding it out all the way to the finish.
All the way, man. And the thing that was a blessing though too is because it was me, you, and the Burton brothers who were captains. And
Mm-hmm.
Coach Dash, he was like, I'm going, man, y'all been here since freshman year. He was like, y'all the smallest guys, but he was like, y'all got the most heart on the team. So when we had to go out there and go receive that championship game, I mean that the actual
The,
championship
the, the trophy.
itself, bro, the trophy, it was like, bro, like you said, like Pop Warner, we kept getting to the championship game and we finally won. I was like, bro, I was crying. I couldn't even hold it back. I'm like, dang,
Yeah,
like, this is what it's finally like to win.
man. And then like, man, then just looking at your family up in the stands, bro,
Exactly.
sitting through it too,
Exactly.
man. It was awesome, man.
Because we had to go to San Mateo, and I don't think this is the first time because normally they're at neutral sites. So this year we had to go to San Mateo. I don't know why. We had a better record than them, I think, and we actually had to
Mm-hmm.
drive up there. So everything was against us. They was on their home field, a home game for them basically, and we still got them out the way. So, but man, you at Mount Sac, bro, you was an All American, man. And it's not too many people who know this. You was an All American. You was voted All American. You was one of the ninth DBs. I'm not sure if it was a nation or whatnot. You was considered a high DB coming out, bro. Every school wanted you. I remember Arizona State. You was the number one on their board, bro. So like you was big time for your 2 years, your body of work, bro. What you did, man.
And
Everybody wanted you. You feel me? So how was that recruiting process after that sophomore year for you?
honestly, man, it was kind of like from the outside in, it probably just looked like that, bro. Arizona State, man, they was playing me heavy. They was for a moment, and then they kind of played. They played me, man. They
Mm,
came up in a lot of schools actually kind of came up and played me. To be real, they came up and seen me face to face. I seen Arizona. They was talking to me, talking about coming to my house and all that. Came up to practice, seen me face to face, and then after that day, never talked to them again.
wow. Dang.
Yeah, played me to the left, man. I was like, dang, they was doing a lot too. It was
Mm,
man, and then it was even like Nevada, right? Nevada was on me heavy, and then what's it called it? Before they even came to see me, they asked what my actual height was. So they felt like my actual height was. It was like he about 5, he like 5'10", 5. And it was like if he was 6 feet, we would have took him. Like dang, like you know what I'm saying? Like the height really played a role for
mm-hmm.
me with that. And then what's it called? So I started getting recruited by Iowa State, and they was playing. They actually started going heavier than anybody. You know what I'm saying? They was really coming to my house, sitting in my living room, talking to my parents and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I think after the season, I was supposed to take my visit right after the dead period, right? And then so I'm talking to them all up into the dead period. Dead period come, and then I think I take my visit probably like 3 weeks into like after. So I'm expecting to hear him like right after the dead period, hear from him. Don't hear nothing from Iowa State. Coming up all the way into the week of my visit. He calls me that Monday. I'm supposed to leave Wednesday. And the DB coach that we recruited me straight up told me, like, man, you know, I'd love to have you here and everything like that. But honestly, I got fired here and I'm going on to Nebraska.
Mm,
So Iowa State coach doesn't want any DBs and we're already loaded up at Nebraska. So I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? So that's another one out the door. So I'm starting to kind of get that high school feeling again,
mm,
honestly. Uh, then Wyoming came around. Wyoming came around, and then I end up because that was the only people talking to me at that time. Really, you know, people will say they, you know, but that was the only people really showing me love. I felt, you know, calling my phone and trying to come to my house and
mm-hmm.
all that. You know, when they say like you could get a letter or whatever, but
Yeah.
when you start getting handwritten letters, and you know when they start calling you and trying to come visit you, then you know. So them was the ones really trying to do that with me. So I took my visit there, had a cool time there, and then I end up signing there. End up signing there to Wyoming, and I was supposed to go off in the summer, and then same thing kind of happened, man. Couple classes behind, and
Mm,
then they went on. They went on. They went on with something else. They I already had They said the classes I was cool, I was taking was cool. I already had to take 2 more classes in the summer
Mm-hmm.
that I had taken, but then when I was in the summer taking my summer classes, they called me up and was like, "Oh, we need you to take these 2 classes so we could get you in." I'm like, "What's up with that?" Like, you know what I'm saying? And then in summer, you can only take a certain amount of
Exactly.
units, so I was already full on units. So the other one there,
Mm-hmm.
so I
Mm-hmm.
ended up moving around. And I think with that situation, what I should have done, looking back in hindsight, man, I should have just finished out those classes and probably held back a year and probably would have opened up my options again.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, I kind of got frustrated with the whole thing, and I started feeling that high school feeling again. Like here I go stuck again, about to say forget it again. Everybody bowing out type. So then I get a call from a D2 school, East Central University, like Sunday night, man. It's like really like a Sunday, like at like 10 o'clock, bro. Like I'm like, hello, like what? He's like, yeah, we want to offer you. I'm like, man, he called me that Sunday. I was gone Thursday.
Mm.
I was gone Thursday. Cause what's it called? I heard Dennis Ferris had just went up there. Carell went there. Uh, who else went up there? Ike had went up there the year before. That was playing with us up at the SAC. They already had like one of the coaches went to the SAC,
Mm-hmm.
and they had like 5 other guys that went to the SAC before, or 3 other guys that played at the SAC a couple years before too. We haven't met, but I'm like, okay. I'm like, so they got something going on over there.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So I just kind of like just like bit the bullet and just left. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
just went for it, and I was pretty stupid too. Wherever you go, you always want to take a visit. You know what I'm saying? Don't go nowhere without taking a visit. I try to do my little quick research to
Mm-hmm.
check their schedule. You know what I'm saying? They schedule, who they playing, their record. They didn't have no visuals of the record from the past 2 seasons on there, right? But I'm like, okay, they had none of that. Uh, I type in the school in Oklahoma, small town. Can't be too bad. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's a university, is what I'm thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Aha, fooled you. I get out there, man. It's a whole nother world, man. It's a whole nother world, man. I end up finding out this school hasn't won a game in the past 2 seasons.
Ah.
Uh, Also, like the year before, they held a KKK convention in that area. Yeah, like yeah. Then also probably like what, like 3 years before I got there as well. A kid got struck by lightning at practice. You know what I'm saying? Like all kinds of all kinds of stuff. I'm like, oh man, what I get into, man.
Yeah.
And then campus life, man. Campus life up there was just it was crazy, man. It was really, I'm thinking I'm at a university, it was really small. I felt like I was at a school smaller than Mir. But
Mm-hmm.
like Mirror was big. I'm seeing the same faces every day. I felt like going to Mount Sac to there was like we was at Mount Sac seeing people like different people every week. You
Exactly.
know, like it's somebody you might see different every week.
Mm-hmm.
There, I don't know everybody face in a week. Knew everybody face in a week. It was over. But but beyond that though, I had some cool teammates. But it was fun there too though, because had to go kind of like change the culture, a little bit, especially going from a championship to going to a team that they say won nothing and don't really have a winning mindset. It was really rough. We started out my junior year. We started out 0-4.
Yeah.
Like in all my years of playing football, I never started out 0-4. Like I was so frustrated those first 4 games,
Mm-hmm.
right? But through all of that though, through all of that, I feel like me and Carell. really brought over that winning culture heavy. You
Mm-hmm.
know, even Vanderzee. He was over there playing quarterback with us.
Quarterback.
Yeah, Vanderzee was nice, man. He brought it, and Ferris too, man. And started bringing that winning mentality into guys. You know what I'm saying? Start really pouring into guys. Like we like after our first two losses, man, this dude's in the part in the locker room laughing and joking
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
taking pictures and stuff like that, man. Cut all that down. You know, we stop that, man. Bring it up. But man, what is we really trying to do here?
Exactly.
You know, what's the goal? You know what I'm saying? I'm not. We ain't come here to lose.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, we're here to go to school, get scholarship. I mean, get our degree and all that. But we play football, man. We trying to win.
Exactly.
You ain't won in the last 2 years. Don't continue to have that mindset. And a couple of coaches that had that mindset too, but they start to catch on too. You know what I'm saying? It was really tough too. Like I said, like my first year, man, I really had to go. I feel like I really had to be more of a captain. You know what I'm saying? Just come with a captain mindset and push guys to go because I had a my coach didn't even know how to coach. Really,
Yeah.
he was never a DB. He didn't know any techniques. You know, he honestly pulled me to the side and asked for some, you know what I'm saying, for some advice sometimes. So that, as a player, if you get that from your coach, you kind of like, what? You know, especially when you go when you go to the next level, man. Like you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, you trying to go on to the next level. I'm trying to get to the league, man, and I'm thinking I'm supposed to get coached up here, man, and you asking me like man. So then, but I feel like that also go harder though
Mhm.
into really breaking down my game, like being precise on the steps I'm taking and you know what I'm saying, where my eyes is at and being reading things more, like just not wasting motion and all that type of stuff, man.
Nah, that's like you said, big time. That man, and when I got to my university, my coach he was cool, but he would ask me to do certain things or teach the kid. I'm like, teach my teammates. I'm like, you supposed to do this, but I was just like, man, this a little different, man. It's a little different.
Yeah, I just took it on, man. A lot of guys caught on too, you know, and I think that's what made us. That's what progressed us in that season
Mm-hmm.
because we ended up actually winning league that season and ended up getting another ring, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
From starting out on four, we went 6 games straight, man.
Mm-hmm.
We
And
went
that's what it's
six straight.
all. That's what it's
Well,
all.
we went five. We had lost one, but the team had a forfeit one
Mm-hmm.
game because of illegal players and stuff like that. So yeah, we
So
we went and got after it.
what happened your senior year there?
Senior there was really rough for me, bro. Honestly, spring of going into it, I had tore the ligament in the ball of my foot near the tendon. All right, so I had to play with that injection in my foot. So that was always tough, just trying to break and everything like that. I got through the season, even though like the fourth game of the season, after having my foot messed up, I tore my abdominal too.
Mm,
So I went through the season with half the season with a torn abdominal and my foot tore up.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean I played decent, but I didn't play to my ability like I knew I could. And after the season, my foot totally went shot. Totally went shot, bro. And it was yeah, man. Those coaches every senior dirty, bro. Those coaches did every senior dirty, man. Because the pro day with the pro day stuff, man, they didn't even let nobody know.
What?
They didn't let nobody know, man. They knew 2 weeks in advance when the pro day was, and you know when they let us know that the pro day was gonna happen, that
When?
we needed to show up to the to the weight room and to be ready to run a 40 and homework and all that type of stuff the day before.
Oh man, that's terrible.
And at that moment, I couldn't run at that time. It was over. It was
Yeah.
already my foot was already shot, so I was basically had to watch the pro day, man. And then from there, man, I it was there. It was either from there. It was either get surgery or uh, or try to let it heal in 6 months. So
Hmm.
I tried to go the 6 months route, and then honestly, just never healed.
Yeah, yeah.
It's never healed. So every time I try to get back into it, it always failed on me.
Hmm. So at
So
that point, did you know, like, man, I'm done playing, or it was like I don't desire to play anymore? What was that going through your head?
uh I was kind of thinking like I might be done.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be because I know I feel like I still had something in me.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to I tried to let it heal for a while, give it a couple years, and then it kind of started feeling good. But when I tried to get back to it, it went right back bad, man.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I would or like that one time when I remember you was telling me you was trying for the arena and all that.
Mhm.
I started trying to train, man. Hamstring went out.
Mm.
And that set me back. I was bad. And then I could never recover. It would go hamstring to foot to everything. And then kind of just was like, it might be ugly, man.
Yeah.
Just trying to get back into the grind, and then just really just trying to get back in the rhythm of that grind again.
Hmm.
It was hard, man. Honestly, after sitting down for so long too, because it was a point where it was like with my foot, it was like sit down and I can't do nothing. I can't put no pressure on it at all. So when I was it kind of really took about 2 years for me to really be able to run on it.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah, after that happened, after that season, it really took about 2 years for it to really be able to go a little bit.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Man,
kind
that.
of just it was just hard getting really back into the grind again, building the body up, and then just having and then also too, I kind of not even gonna lie, kind of the mindset of the politics too of it because it's big. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like there's no reason why you shouldn't be on somebody's NFL team right now, bro.
Mm.
Like it's like the film shows. You know what I'm saying? The film shows. Like you know what I mean? So it's crazy. It's crazy. So I was like, just didn't really care to get back into the politics of it too. As long as getting back in, it was being tough to get back into that flow of the grind again,
For sure, man. It's
and
one thing.
keep getting hurt. So you know what I'm saying? It was a mind fuck.
Man, like you said, bro, it's one thing the grind of football already of going to practice, your body aching, you get injured in football, and then to deal with stuff you can't control, coaching, what's going on, because as you get higher, and I tell kids now, man, it's a business at the end of the day. It don't matter if you're the best person. We see it. It's guys who literally are doing better than the starters, but because the dude is getting paid more at the NFL level, he's going to play more.
Yeah,
College is they're not getting paid now; they are in the NIL. So a dude is going to play because of his status or he's a scholarship. Don't mean he's the best on the team, the better player. So, but it is because it has been politics has worked for me. I can speak for myself, so I understand it. But it's also times when it's like it was out of my control. It's nothing I can do. So when you dealing with politics, it kind of take the love of the game away. On
take
top,
the love of the game away.
yeah, on top of those things that football already do to you, mentally and physically. So, man, I definitely understand, bro. I definitely understand, man, because I definitely have my share of injuries, and it's just like, do I want to keep going? I don't know about this. I don't know,
Yeah,
but man, shoot. So now you come home, bro. When did you know? When did you know you wanted to get into coaching, though?
honestly, I didn't, dog. It just I was kind of like cool on everything about football for me. And I was like, my first mind state after it all happened, bro, was like, I'd probably coach when I had kids. You know what I mean? But I ended up going to because my dad was coaching at Mirror at the time. I ended up going back down there just to check out practice and see what was
Mhm.
going on. I think it was a scrimmage to see what was going on. And I was just like, dang, I just kind of fell in love like with the culture again.
Yeah.
And then I seen where like I could help a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I like started helping a little bit, it turned into a lot of bit.
Yeah.
And then it was just on from there. It was just on from there, honestly.
Shoot, yeah,
Yeah, and then
because you currently coaching right there, so you've been there for a minute. coaching at Mir, and I already know that's a blessing, bro. Coaching at your alma mater and whatnot, but as of late, and just not in overall, because Mir has always had talent, always had great players coming out. You know, definitely Pasadena in general, but Mir for sure. As far as the football organization as a school, you guys recently have had guys who are going playing D1 football. You have an All American and Caleb. He was there at Mir. John Humphreys
Mm-hmm.
at UCLA. Jameer,
At
he
Texas.
at Texas. All right. So these guys you have coached, man. How
And then
have
also Elijah Blaze
yeah,
in
Elijah
Buffalo.
Tua, yeah, in Buffalo. So
Also coach him.
how have you and there's other guys, you know, going JUCO and they not there yet and they will be, but how have you
For
been able
sure.
to develop these guys, man, and help them get to the next level, bro?
Just really just giving them everything I know. That's all I like. Because I used to think like it was some things that I learned, like everything that I pretty much learned at Mount Sac.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if I would have knew this in high school,
Yeah.
I would be a whole different player. Even though I was decent, I would be a whole different player. The game would have slowed down a whole lot for me
Mm-hmm.
way earlier, you know? So that's just what I try to feed into them. Everything I know,
Yeah, yeah.
everything, technique, whatever. They got questions, anything. And then also what also I think what helps me coach them too, because I just try to coach just DB straight. You know what I mean? I'm not really worried about being the D coordinator, but different D coordinators got different styles that they want to coach. You know what I'm saying? Or want DBs to be in different places, and I feel like what would help them with that too. I could coach DB from any coach's perspective. Like however you want it played, I could coach it. You know what I mean? Like any technique, I feel like I could be able to coach it and have a guy in position to make plays. You
Mm-hmm.
know.
And you definitely got one right now. Turan definitely highly recruited and whatnot. So you guys always got somebody coming out, man, and it's definitely a fresh air when you guys have. Because I wasn't even going to talk about this, but I do want to talk about it. We have a lot of talent, like and I say this dude, he's at the top of his game right now. He goes for Alabama, Bryce Young. Bryce is
Hmm.
from Pasadena. Now I'm glad he did, but if we can get these dudes to stay in Pasadena, actually play for the city, what is your thought process on that? How do we keep these kids to stay in Pasadena where they're actually competing for the Pasadena schools? Rather, if it's HS Mir, because I don't care, I just want dudes to stay in Pasadena. How do you think we get those kids to stay here?
We gotta go into our parks, man. We gotta go into our parks and show face. I think, man,
Mm,
and be there with the young guys to bring them back home.
yeah.
You know, really. Even though I think we be doing it with the 7-on-7 tournaments and all
Mhm.
that type of stuff, and but I think kind of gotta shorten them down though, because
Yeah.
there's too many divisions. I feel like, and then yeah, I just think everybody. I don't know, man. It's kind of a hard thing to. It's kind of a hard question to answer too. To be honest, because I kind of asked the same question, man.
Mm,
Myself, I kind of asked the same question. What do we have to do? Because it's crazy to me how it is. Everybody feels like it's cool to go somewhere else, but then when you get to the next level, I'm from Pasadena, but you
yeah.
don't want to put that grind in at home. And I feel like high school football, like no matter where you at, where you grow up is where you should be playing high school ball. Like, it's all about you should be a hometown hero. It's all about being a hometown hero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, I'm growing up here, but then I'm going to go make this city better. I'm gonna go put this on my chest or on my back, you know what I'm saying, for
Right.
them. And it's kind of I feel like it's almost like you as a player, I would feel like you would be leaving the city behind,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. So I feel like if we got so much love for our city that whenever we leave, we want to say that's where we from, we got to stay home and build it. Because
Exactly.
honestly, I think if we stay home and build it too, it forces our district to do better. It forces our city to do better. You know what I'm saying? Because one of our school district is terrible.
Exactly. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But if we're able to keep our kids, we could force that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, you know what I'm saying? But if everybody going everywhere else, man, nobody ain't really worried about it. It's just a push off.
Exactly. And I feel like if all the talent stays in, we've already, I mean, in the city, we haven't won a CIF in a minute from both
In a
teams.
minute.
So I feel like if the kids stay, that would generate more income because now we're going to the playoffs. We are going to the city to the championship game, like you said, which is going to bring more people to come in because they want to see that talent.
Yeah.
More recruits, which is going to bring more
Cause
funding.
it's not like the city don't want to see us do good because you know what I'm saying? Even those parents that probably that went to Mirror and they send their kids everywhere else, they still looking to see if Mirror or HS won
Exactly.
that week. You know what I'm saying? So why not just send your kids there and then see if we win that week?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Make us win that week. You know what I'm saying? With your help. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Nah,
That's all I,
big time.
yeah,
So
but it's sickening, man. I think yeah. We
so
gotta
and
figure a way to get the kids back, man.
we definitely got to figure out a way, man. Definitely. So you kind of said it earlier, but what do you see the difference between our generation of playing, just the way we played, the way we was taught and whatnot, to this generation of kids, just from the DB position? How do you see the difference?
I think the difference really is I think we was more technical. It was more technical back in the day because we really studied the game,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because it wasn't it wasn't really too much to do besides really study. You know what I'm saying? Go play. You know what I'm saying? Play that game. We was outside with it a lot, and I think now it's kind of like it's a little fabricated. Even though like with the 7-on-7 stuff, like yeah, you doing it, but they only really practicing once a week, and then they going once on a you know what I'm saying to go play a game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's not you're not really learning. But we was really all week doing something, and
Mm-hmm.
then you go play on Saturday in a real game or something, whether it's practice or just a pickup game at a Brookside or something. You know, we was trying to get it in somehow, some way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we just understand. Like nowadays, it's like man, like some kids don't even know like what's a T step or to run out your break or just little stuff like that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Or where the hash is, what a hash is, you know, just little
Exactly.
technical parts of the game,
And
you know.
one thing I see is like the kids don't even watch football. Like they play it,
They play it, but they don't watch it.
don't watch
We
it
was
at all.
watching.
Like y'all watch the game, like I don't even watch football. Like, so what you be doing then? I just be chilling. And that I just find it crazy to me. It's like you play this game, but you really have no idea what's going on.
And I feel like what I do think though, they probably more talented than what we are, than what
Sure.
we was. You know what I mean? And there's a lot more bigger corners too.
Mm-hmm.
But if they just honed in on technique and just really studied the game just a little bit more, it really these dudes to take off, man.
Big time.
These
Nah,
dudes to
I
take
definitely
off.
agree with that. I definitely agree with that,
And
bro.
I think Pasadena sports too, man. We just gotta yeah, a lot of dudes just gotta really just technical, man. We gotta make sure the kids that's getting coached in the park is being coached right too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Sometimes people just be out there just like it's out there. I know, man, it's appreciated. We love
Mm-hmm.
it. Like, you know what I'm saying? People want to get out there and help, but we just gotta make sure people getting taught the right things too. Because
Exactly.
I feel like a lot of kids that we get into, like some kids, like there's no like I don't know if it's because they don't watch the game, but it's sometimes they feel like they don't have a lot of like heart or love for the game, just pure love for the game,
Yeah.
you know, or just really understand it too. Like when it comes to like the adversity of playing
Mm-hmm.
football, like you know what I'm saying, like just getting scored on or 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 getting ran over is not the end of the world type stuff.
Exactly.
Like you got to keep playing football. You can make a play too. Go
Mm-hmm.
get your get back. You know, some
Nah,
people I don't know.
that
I
yeah,
feel
that's
like a lot of the heart for it and love for it is out of the game right now.
nah for sure. For sure. I think I can test like They want the glory. They want the glory more so than anything.
Yeah, they want the Instagram.
Yeah, they
You
want
know,
like
they want the
I got this,
Instagram.
that, yeah, with actually putting that work in, what that actually is. And social media has for sure messed that up. I mean, we in a different age now, man.
Yeah, because
Completely.
I mean, like really, like those little. I look at like, because like you see a lot of kids posting those good luck this, good luck that from these schools, and I look at those as letters.
Exactly. Yeah.
Them is just like them is the new era of letters. They
Mm-hmm.
don't honestly, they don't really mean anything until they put it up because everybody getting that.
Exactly.
Everybody got that free. Come to the school and do the walkthrough, put the jersey on, take the pictures, and then they send that to you on a recruiting list. The coach probably never even looks at that. That's probably just somebody that one of them assistants is pressing that button on the max send out. You
Exactly.
know,
Right.
and a lot of these kids don't really understand that, and it's kind of is making them think that they better than what they are,
Mhm.
so they don't have to put that work in. You know what I'm saying?
Big time. And these stars, bro. I remember because stars really didn't come about till we came up. Like the NFL combine or Nike combine, whatever coming out.
Mm-hmm.
That like
That
just
scout
started with us.
combine, yeah.
Yeah, that just started with us. So shoot, we didn't know what you're gonna work out. You don't know what to expect. These kids, man, they got every opportunity, which is why they're better. They have every opportunity. They're getting coached up now. You getting coached up, dudes who play professional or they play collegiate, man. You guys getting coached up for real. And for some odd reason, like we said, it's just like they're taking that social status rather than actually putting that work in. And some of these dudes is truly awesome, but they just like, man, I done got 1 million followers on Instagram, so I'm kind of just chilling now or something like that. And it's just
Yeah,
like, that's what you're doing it for? Like, I guess, man. I guess it's a little different, man.
yeah, it's a
But
little different. And I feel like, man, all the opportunity is there too. Ever since they got this NIL stuff, and it's like, go get it. It's like, you know what I
exactly,
mean? It's the
exactly,
you could and people really getting NILs in high school. You know,
big
it's
time.
like go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Really your opportunity is now. Like, why not go grind for everything right now?
Nah,
It's
that's
crazy.
major. That's major for real, man. Man, I want to kind of change lanes, man, because in 2020, right before COVID, we got inducted into a Hall of Fame, bro. And we got inducted for that '09 championship game. And people don't realize we was actually national champs. So we was the #1 team when we beat San Mateo. So how was that feeling for you, bro, being a Hall of Famer now, getting inducted into Hall of Fame?
Man, bro, it was crazy, bro. I didn't think it was gonna happen. Well, I never like, I didn't, like, I seen that letter come Hall of Fame, like,
Exactly.
oh, that's major, man. Like, and then you get there, and then you realize you get inducted to the Hall of Fame with Delaney Walker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a Titans fan. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, man, Delaney Walker, that was like that's icing on the cake, man.
Exactly.
I'm in the same Hall of Fame introduction year, Delaney
Mhm.
Walker, man. That's crazy, bro. That's
Yeah.
like that's an awesome feeling, bro. Like especially when you go back and think about how we got there, man.
Exactly.
From losing to winning and the grind, the trips to get there,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Everything about it, bro.
Nah,
Yeah.
that was truly special, man.
How,
And
how did that how did that feel for you, man?
it was the crazy thing about it. I read a book probably like 3, 4 years before, and it was talking about how do you leave a legacy, and it was talking about history, and I knew we made history winning championship, but when I saw the Hall of Fame, I was like, we really about to be like in the history books, like nobody can take it away. And I just felt like we made history twice off the same thing. And it was just like amazing. But like you said, the amazing thing about it was how we got there. Like, never would have thought in that just playing football, this would have gotten us to where we're
To
Hall of
the
Famers.
yeah.
So That's what that was the feeling,
Cause
and
it ain't like, they ain't won, like Mount Sac hasn't won championships before. You know what I
exactly,
mean? So like for us to be that Hall of Fame team, man, was like mind blowing, bro.
bro. And then to see guys we haven't seen in a while. I mean, we was there with guys, our families, and then our teammates, and it was just awesome to see everybody. And then everything happened before COVID, but it was just awesome to see guys though. Like, man, I'm glad to see you guys is good and whatnot, and see what's going on. See the coaching staff, and man, it's like at the end of the day, I know if I'm in a pinch or something, if I need a job or something, I can go up to Mount Sac and like, hey, like taken care of for sure.
Yeah,
Taken care of. So that was truly a blessing, man. Truly. So man, I
everything,
don't want to
man.
hold you up any much longer, bro. I'll give you the floor, man. You can ask me any questions or anything that you want to talk about, bro. The floor is yours, bro.
Oh man, my question for you, man, like how was your transition going from Mount Sac and playing at Middle Tennessee? And did you play with Kevin Byard or?
No, he was a freshman. He redshirted my senior year.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. But my transition, so kind of like yours, as far as that dead period, since I was a qualifier, I had to leave. Like the whole thing, Dante was like, you gotta leave in the spring, not in the summer, so it can give me upper hand so I can play. So how I even got to Middle Tennessee, man, that I was supposed to go to Illinois, so I was kind of mad. And only took 2 visits, Illinois and Middle Tennessee. Couldn't get into Illinois. They told me like 3 weeks prior to school about to start. So I had to go transfer to Middle Tennessee since no other school that I went to who was interested, I didn't take a visit. So I had to go Middle Tennessee. I get up there, bro. I hate it. I ain't gonna lie. Hated it. It's the only JUCO dude up there at the time. Um, cold. I had no gear to be up there. Hated it. The only thing that really saved me was football. Because once spring ball, I'm like, okay, it's football. Other than that, though, bro, I hated it. It was no public transportation, no way to get around, had to rely on other people. And the person I am now, I was not, I'm not that. I was quiet. I was just like I observed and whatnot. I talk now more than I ever did when I was younger. So
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I really didn't talk to nobody, so it wasn't like trying to talk to anybody like that. The dude who hosted me, they were still out there. They from Alabama or from Georgia or whatnot. So I kicked it with them, but you just find out people a little different, and it had nothing to do with just them. It was just me. Is like I don't want to do certain things, so I kind of like shielded myself just because I I was like, I don't want to be around certain people. I don't want to do certain things. So it was like
Mm-hmm.
I stayed in the room and did football. And I hated it. I was like, bro, I want to go back home. I want to go back home. I called Dante, like, hey, bro, I want to transfer. He's like, where you gonna go? I'm like, man, he's like, ain't you starting or whatnot? I'm like, yeah, but I still want to get out of here. This is terrible. Oh, he was just like, man, I think you should stay. But he was like, you want to leave? He was like, just let me know because I'll hit up some schools. I was like, man, you know what? I think I'll just stay. So that whole semester, that whole first semester, hated it, bro. Hated it, hated it. Football season get there, and now it's like, all right, people actually at the school now. It's not cold. We started to play football. So that changed for me. And from there, I started to start to talk to more people. JUCO dudes is there. We played Saddleback, and we lost to Saddleback. They actually signed a DB from Saddleback at Middle Tennessee. So I now had some JUCO guys that I can be around, and that was awesome. Everybody that was from JUCO for the most part were white, and then they actually been my roommates. So that was just an experience. It actually was fun, but from there it got better and it was cool. But Kevin Byers though, bro, he was a baller. He was baller in. Like he was the only dude as a freshman, and he didn't really need to redshirt at all. The only redshirt
Mm.
because we had two seniors. We had another dude. He went to Cerritos. We played against them, and then they already had a senior. Um, and they was like, "We're not gonna play you because we're just gonna redshirt you."
And
Dude,
I feel like that's like that used to be like a thing too though. Like, you know what I'm saying, which is like totally different now. Like seniors was gonna play.
exactly.
Seniors was gonna play their seniors, but now it's like, and he got a freshman, he balling, he gonna play. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? They letting the people fly now.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. And we were sorry, so I can understand why they. My 2 years at this is another reason why I didn't like at Middle Tennessee. Like you said, we was winning championships at Mount Sac, or at least competing.
Uh-huh.
We we led my 2 years at Middle Tennessee. We led the nation in turning the ball over. So my junior year, we led the nation. My second year, my senior year, we were second or third and leading the nation. So we turning the ball over. So I remember I got a pick against Arkansas State, got inside the 10. We fumbled the very next play. We didn't even score. We fumbled the very next play. So that's just how it was. But Kevin Byers, though, he was already like he was developed as far as his body. He's a big dude, now he's much bigger. Um, he was picking off he was picking off everything. He knew how to play that catch technique, bro. He was special. And he was a competitor. He like just come in and compete. I remember when when you do scout team offense defense, they're on scout defense. He making
Mm-hmm.
plays, and the coach is like, "Man, what you doing out here making plays?" He's like, "Man, coach, I'm gonna keep making plays. Like, y'all don't let me make the
Yeah.
play in. Like, what you talking about? Talking about you know the plays? He said, I don't know these plays. He said, I'm doing is making plays." And I remember the coach is like, "Hey, like just let him." He was like, "You ain't gotta do it all the time, but let him make some plays all the time." He's like, "Coach, I just can't do that." And he's like, "That's real." Like, hey, coach, like
On
that.
me.
So I mean, I'm
I
not
can't
surprised.
practice no bad habits.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not surprised at all that he's a pro bowler. He actually just got his jersey inducted. I want to say last week or 2 weeks ago at Middle Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And the greatest thing of it all, because I think it was right before he got drafted. I went back out there and we was talking and whatnot. Dude, he's just a good dude overall. He stayed in Tennessee, played for the Titans. Murfreesboro is literally 45 minutes away. They call him the mayor of Murfreesboro. So the dude is deserving, man. He's truly a baller for real.
That's up, man.
Truly a
Yeah,
baller.
another question I got for you, man, bro. Like, just growing up, like, what gave you your motivation to really grind? Like, what put you in your grind?
Man, I think about this all the time. I think because I'm the youngest of four, and my brother, he's the only one who's close to me. My brother's 10 years older than me. Everybody else, my two older sisters, 13, 15. So it wasn't like I was competing with him, but like video game wise, I would lose, and my cousins, my brother would laugh at it. Like everybody used to call me. Of course, I'm younger. They like call me CBG, crybaby girl, and that made me so upset. So eventually, in video games, I'll figure out how to beat them. It was just practicing. So, and I reflect on this now. I was just like, why did I feel like I was just so upset? And it was because, and my brother mentioned this because he talked about it. I never heard this until recently. He said when he played for the Panthers, he felt he was overlooked because he didn't know anybody out there. And like the Panthers, if you knew somebody, if they knew who you were prior to, like
Yeah,
you was gonna get an opportunity to play a little bit. I never felt I was overlooked. I just felt like I never got an opportunity with the Panthers. Like nobody said like you can play offense. They just put me on defense. Like nobody knew what I can do because I came out late. But it was just like I didn't take that. I didn't take it as anything. I was just like I'm playing football. I'm playing tackle football. But after a while, I just kept hearing other people talking about this person, other people talking about that person, and it just got me upset. It wasn't hating nobody. It's just like, man,
I want to be a guy.
yeah, like nah, like I'm that same person, and nobody
On
knows.
me.
So, when I wanted to go to Mir though, my mom and dad was like, nah, you're not gonna go. You have to go to Blair HS. So when I went to HS though, because I was no way I was going to Blair. When I went to HS, um, it was now like I can show what I can do rather than I already knew I could, but it was like I had an opportunity. It was a fresh start. Nobody knew who I was. No coaches. It wasn't like, oh, we know who you are over here. You only going to do this. It was like now I can show it everything. And I guess going back to when I was younger, just that learning how to lose because I didn't say nothing like you said. I didn't say nothing at all either. So I never asked questions like, how do I do this? How do I do that? It was kind of like
Mm-hmm.
figuring it out. So if I was losing something, I'll start thinking, and it's crazy. I'll be thinking like, how do I
That's
do this?
crazy.
How do I beat this person going forward? And it was never like a physical like, how do I beat this person? It's just like, how do I not repeat my mistakes. And that's what's always going on, always going on. It was like, how do I beat them? And it was that same thing. Like once you just start playing video games, you sorry at first. Eventually you get better and better and better. You keep doing it. And that's how it
Mm-hmm.
was for me. And that's what drove me, bro. It was just like I hated to lose. And still to this day, if I'm competing, I know how to have fun. But if I really want to like turn it on, I just know how to just turn it on now. Like I just want to compete. I don't
Yeah.
care about anything else. I just want to
On
compete. That's
everything.
it. And that's just me, man. And I don't know. I try to turn it off. I try to do like in everything. I try to turn it off sometimes, but sometimes it just comes out. So I think it's really more so just being young and being the youngest and like my brothers and cousins, everybody getting on me. I'm like, man, I don't want to be in this situation again. How do I win? And that's everything for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's everything. And then, being small and people say I can't do it, that definitely added motivation. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's crazy, bro. I had a lot of the same mindset, bro. I had a lot of the same mindset, especially when it comes to like just losing, bro.
Mm,
I hated losing, and then feeling the pressure from your family at the house is playing games and stuff like that. Like yeah, I remember man, my brother and my sister used to get on me the same way, and then my mom my mom always used to have to try to break them away from me, like,
mhm.
stop gang teaming on them, stop gang teaming on them. So they would always try to tease me, like, oh, we're not gang teaming on you.
Yeah,
So that was they
yeah.
whole little tease on me, like, we're not gang teaming you, you know. So yeah, yeah.
Man.
That was funny, but then like yeah, that pushed me to like, you know what I'm saying, like to go win though, you know. So when I started winning, you know what I'm saying, it was like I started feeling the respect started to
Mhm,
come too, like the whole gang team, you know, the little jokes started to go through the
mhm.
side a little bit, and, you know what I'm saying. But it was cool to see that transition
Yeah,
from just from sometimes yeah, like just like you said, just putting your head down and focusing on seeing where you could fix your mistakes. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? And not really just and blocking out all the noise. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but keeping that anger but controlling it so you can know how to use it when you compete.
For sure.
Yeah.
And y'all at Mirror, you guys had success. Like y'all was winning. I mean, at HS, we didn't start winning till my senior year, even though we went to the playoffs. Which hasn't been done in 20 years, we would still win like 7-3. So that was like a winning season for us. So I really didn't know. I was still trying to figure out what winning is. And it was two things though that really, really took me off. My dad playing Pop Warner, playing for the Panthers, he would make me upset. And I didn't understand it at the time because I thought he was picking at me. But when I got older, I actually told him this. I said, "I thank you for doing this." My dad would like nitpick, like you know how you make a tackle and like you had like 3 tackles or something. Dad be like, "Well, you
Mm-hmm.
could have done this more. You could have." It's just like I'm getting upset. Like, man, what? The game is over with. Like, leave it alone. So and
Yeah.
he never yelled at me. Didn't he? Would just like you can do this. You could have done that. Yeah, I got a 2 pick in a game and he was like, well, you could have done it's just like, bro. So that always drove me. And it was just like it had nothing just pleasing him, but it was just like I know I can get better or do better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He just seen more potential in you.
Exactly. And I always respected it because he never like made me go outside and like we gonna do this. He never did that. He just like suggested like you don't want to go outside and do something, especially on a Saturday. I've been chilling in the house. You don't want to go outside and just do something like catch the ball or play basketball, like something like that. So he
Mm-hmm.
definitely helped me out. And then the second one is, and I tell my players now because I'm a self motivator. No, I don't need to get motivated. Anybody else to get me motivated. I'm learning this now as a man, as a coach, a father, to bring people along because I'm a self motivator. Prime example, we used to do 300-yard shuttles at practice with Coach Mills, killers. I would always come first. The thing is, though, we would not make the time. So, regardless of how fast I ran, I would continue to have to keep doing the shuttles with the team. I'm
Mm-hmm.
learning now how I should have did it. I should have been pushing my teammates to make it so I can stop. So I felt like I was working harder because there's a saying, if you want to go fast, do it by yourself. If you want to go far, do it with others. I wasn't going far because I was just going fast.
Yeah.
And I'm learning
Damn.
now. I'm learning now to bring other people with me, motivating them because people come up to me now like, Arnest, bro, you always did things right. You know, you never cheated. You inspire me. It's like you tell me now, but in that time, it was inspiring you to run through. It wasn't inspiring you, to do those things
Yeah.
at the time.
Right.
But because that would have helped us win. That would have helped us. So that's one thing that I've learned being older, just looking back on it, like I gotta bring people with me, and that's what it's all about, bro.
That's major, bro. That's major. Man, that was some key nuggets right there, man.
Nah, nah, man. Like I said, bro, it's a pleasure, man. It's awesome, man. Having you on, man. We talked about this, man, and I was like, bro, I gotta have Austin on, bro. It's my
Yeah,
brother,
yeah.
bro. We go back, man. Always, man. Love you, bro.
Love
Man,
you too, man.
it's awesome because I was just telling Dear, I was like, bro, people don't understand Austin's story, bro. They don't, and you're not the one to talk like, bro.
Yeah, I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
If I was quiet, Austin didn't talk at all, bro, when we was youngest. For y'all to know, all right. It would take like a lot for Austin to talk. So I know it's like his story, and I already knew his story just a little bit, something I didn't know. And it was just it's something we can all learn from, bro. And bro, you a legend, bro. We legends in Dina, bro, man. We done made history, bro.
Thank you,
We done
man.
take it. And I'm glad I was able to do it with you, bro. And I love you. And you already know going forward, man, whatever
Man,
we see from
salute
each
to
other,
you, man.
man, it's nothing but love on both ends, man.
You know it. You know it. Your mom, my mom, your dad, my dad, all that. Same
Exactly.
way that in reverse, man.
Exactly.
Man, love you, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thank you
No
for the
problem,
opportunity,
bro.
man.
I appreciate you, bro, man. I'll let you go, man. I'll holler at you later.
All right, champion.
All right.